guys, welcome to my channel and welcome to a new series that's going to be on this channel. I'm really excited to introduce you to the new series. I'm not sure what I'm going to be calling it yet. I have some ideas, but I don't quite know what it's going to be called yet. But basically what I'm going to be doing in this series is decorating a house, which is quite simple, but the idea actually came to me because I wanted to decorate a house for my current household. Just because I found this, oh my god, what is happening to my screen? Why is it not showing me anything? It's like green for me now. I'm pretty sure that's not the recording, it's just me recording a voiceover that's messing up. Anyway, I can't see what's happening right now, so also I can describe to you what is happening right now. So I'm hoping it's good. It's good, right? Probably. I don't know. I'm just going to turn my screen down because this is not going to be any useful for me. But anyway, I wanted to redecorate this house because it was quite a cheap house. It's actually a starter home, but we had some more money than 20,000 simoleons, so I thought I'd upgrade the inside a bit because obviously there was the cheapest options were in there just because it is a starter home. Most of the time, starter homes don't have that much detail or don't have the most expensive stuff, which I usually like more in The Sims. It's just it has a little more detail. The really cheap stuff tends to be a little bit blocky. I don't know if that's a word or I'm saying something really weird, but it's very square. Like especially like the sofas, the couches and everything, they're very square and they don't look very comfortable. It kind of looks like they're made out of stone. This is no shade to the creator who made this. Absolutely love this house. That's why I downloaded it for my current household. But it's more so shade to The Sims 4. Now I understand you need something that actually looks cheap. You can't just make like a really expensive sofa or couch and you know make it cheap. You actually need something to look cheap, but I just prefer to. What am I even talking about? Okay, so that's the reason why I wanted to redecorate this house, and I thought if I was going to spend an hour of my time or more, I've recorded for like an hour and 40 minutes or something. If I'm going to spend like 2 hours of my time redecorating a house, I might as well record it and make it a thing on my channel. I wasn't really planning on making a series, but I realized that it would be really fun if I could redecorate, put furniture into you guys' houses. And that could either be a house that you've already built that doesn't have any furniture in it, or you just want me to decorate it again in my style, I guess. I'm sure it looks good the way you decorated it, but I have a different style. I mean, everybody has their own preference of how to decorate a house, so maybe you would like me to try again, or maybe you want to build something entirely new for this series, and I'm going to think of a hashtag, I just don't know quite yet, so give me a moment. Okay, so I can't really decide quite yet because I don't have a name for this series yet. So I am going to put it in the comments and in the description. If it's not here as you're watching this, that's because my internet is extremely slow at the moment. It's ridiculous and I don't know what to do with it. Surprisingly, uploading is okay, but everything else is just a nightmare. I cannot open anything. I tried to put in end screens and it's just not working. Put things in the descriptions, reply to comments. So I'm replying to comments on my phone with my like data. So not the Wi-Fi that I have right now, which is basically nothing. So I can reply to comments, but it's a pain in the ass. So if there's anything that's not in the description or if my end screen is missing, blame my internet for at least a couple of days because, oh, it's so annoying. Especially if you want to jump back into something that requires a lot of the internet, which I have none of at the moment. But what I did do with a lot of pain was open the gallery because I can't even open the gallery, which is so annoying because I want to open the gallery, especially because people are making stuff for me now, so I want to check if someone else made something and I cannot because I can't open the gallery. As you can hear, I'm quite annoyed, but what I did do is figure out the name of the creator who made this house, and her name is Simmy Sweetness, her gallery name, at least her origin ID is Simmy Sweetness, and she makes amazing houses. Please go check her out. I'm pretty sure her name is Amanda. Did I read that, or am I just making that up? I don't know. She's amazing, and she makes really great houses. Honestly, I don't know anything about her other than her gallery page. I just found her randomly. Maybe she makes videos or something, and maybe she's like, I'm just being stupid, and she's like one of the most famous YouTubers out there, and everyone is like, oh my god, how does she not know? But like, I'm one of those people who just don't know and doesn't know anything. I don't know. I'm just like in a whole different world out here, and I don't really pay attention to what is happening in the world, to be honest, other than things close to me. I don't know. News makes me sad, so I just don't read it, and I just miss things. Like, really big stuff is happening, and I'm just like, huh? What is happening? It's a problem. I need to fix it. But anyway, she makes amazing houses. They look so good, and most of them are freaking starter homes. What is happening? How is that a thing? How is that even possible? And I don't know the name of this. I wanted to figure it out, but I couldn't because my internet was just being so slow. I couldn't deal with it. But decorating this house was actually quite a different experience than I usually do. I don't know. Normally I make it look good from an up above view, like from playing The Sims. But when I was decorating this house, I really needed to think about the screenshots that I'm taking. Because if you don't know, you probably do, because I talk about this every single time because I'm so proud of it and I love it. I do a screenshot thing on Tumblr with this family. So it needs to look good in screenshots. And that is a whole different game. Normally I just don't really bother with too many details because it just doesn't really matter if you're just playing the game. It's just a bit too much, really. But I really wanted a lot of detail because then the screenshots would look more detailed and like, you know, it's things I learned at school from taking art stuff. You just need more like levels. You need things happening in the background because then it looks more detailed or like more interesting because there's more levels happening. Like in the background something is happening, and over there something is happening, and then in the like the it's a thing. I sort of picked that up. I dropped all of my like actual art classes, and maybe music and theater's art too, but I dropped like the drawing side of things, and that's where you learn that sort of stuff. But I sort of picked it up here and there, and also just studying like art history. I don't know. That's sort of the thing that I had in mind. Sorry, I cannot speak today. It's been a while since I've recorded a proper Sims voiceover, so it's a thing. Okay, but I do have some stories for you guys today. It's something that I came up with a while ago, and I think I talked about this before, but I made a really cool schedule thing, and now I'm actually putting in stories to tell for each video, if I can think of something. But the thing I have for today is songs I ruined by performing. And I don't mean like I ruined them at the performance. I think most people wouldn't even notice that I messed them up. Actually, maybe some would. It just depends on which performance you're talking about. But I have some favorite songs which I performed, and I cannot listen to them anymore because I ruined the performance. And then the only thing that is happening in my mind when I think of that is just the performance that I ruined. It's a problem, and maybe I need to work on it, and maybe it's like I don't know. Maybe I need to talk about it. Maybe this is like my therapy for today. Oh my god, I love this room, by the way. I love the pink and the blue. It's one of my favorite color combinations ever. I used that in my wedding thing that I built for the Disney Legacy, and it's like baby blue and like light pink, and it's my favorite thing ever. And I love that is happening in this room. And it's going to be happening in my screenshots. That's so exciting. I haven't really taken many screenshots in this house yet. So it's really exciting. Okay, never mind. I was talking about the songs that I ruined, and I don't know where to start, but I'm thinking of starting it with a Paramore song, and I cannot remember the title for the life of me, so I'm just going to quickly type it in what's it called? Spotify, and ain't it fun? Ain't it fun? Okay, so for one of my, and I'm talking about this now, last year I couldn't because I was still in that school, and that would have been awkward if someone found out that I talked about it, but now I can, and I can throw shade at my teachers, yay, because they probably will never even hear this, and no one will ever figure out who they are unless you know me in real life, and then you probably already know these stories because I'm quite vocal about it. I have some opinions, and I will not speak every single thing that's on my mind. I will try to keep it nice and kind and just focus on the story. But if I ever sound angry, I do have some reasons to be angry at some teachers. And maybe that's my fault, or maybe it's their fault. I don't know. I was young, and maybe, I don't know. Maybe I just have a different perspective. Anyway, jumping into the story. Why do I keep going off on these, like, rants about random things that nobody cares about? I need to focus on the story. Okay, so the first story is for Ain't It Fun. I'm going to do this more often because I ruined a lot of songs for myself. Ain't It Fun by Paramore. So, 2 years ago, I was in the, like, sort of end concert thing, graduation concert thing. I don't know what to call it. It's like the last assignment that you have, and you have to perform for a lot of people. And what the last year in my school would do, they would sort of pass along their legacy or whatever to the year before them, so the people who are graduating the year after. And they would do that by playing a song, and then halfway through, the younger year, the year below them, would join them, and they would sort of pass it along, and then we would play the song instead of them. But since the group was getting really big, because our school was growing really fast, I'm already out of breath. Our school was growing really fast, so we couldn't really do that exact concept. So what we did was actually just have us join as a choir in the part of Ain't It Fun where, like, the gospel sort of influence come in, if you know the song. And then it has "Don't Go Crying to Your Mom," that thing, you know. So the whole choir would do that, but then there's one person in the song that actually just sort of does some ad-lib sort of stuff and just sing some other stuff, and they wondered who wanted to do that, and I like performing, so I said I would like to do that. I'm really bad at improvising, so I actually, like, mapped everything out in my head, and I thought of everything that I wanted to sing in that moment. And then when rehearsal, the last rehearsal before we actually did the performance, came around, I walked up to the microphone to do my thing, and I froze. Completely. I just froze. And don't worry, this story is going to get worse and worse, but I froze. And the thing about the final performance, final rehearsal that you have, is it's also kind of a sound check when you're when you don't have the time to do an actual sound check. It was sort of our sound check, and I froze and I couldn't sing anything. And it's just because I'm really scared of improvising, and I thought sort of something in my mind was still like, this is improvising, and it's not, because I actually planned out everything I wanted to sing to not freeze when I needed to sing. But somehow I never have this problem. Like, I'm never scared of performing. Like, I get nervous, but I'm never scared, like actually terrified of performing. And I couldn't sing anything, so I was just standing there doing nothing, and it was the weirdest thing ever. Luckily, that was not the actual performance, because that would have been worse, but I did actually know that wouldn't have been worse, because what I did was horrible. Oh my god, I hate myself. It's probably not that bad, and no one will remember, but I feel so responsible for the song when I'm, like, doing something specific. Like, when I play for another band, I feel so responsible to not mess up, because I'm messing it up for everyone, you know, not just for me. If it's my song and I mess up, that's fine, because it's my thing. But I'm messing it up for other people too. Like, 2 whole years I'm messing it up for. So it was okay. Let's get back to the story. So that was the rehearsal part, and then my teacher went up to me and he was like, "What were you doing there?" Now, first of all, why didn't he know that? Like, why? I don't really understand this response, because he was kind of mean about it, and I didn't mean to. Like, I just froze because I was scared. It's not like I was trying to sabotage anything. It's just like he didn't really think he just had a weird opinion on me. I don't know. I don't know what was happening there, but he just sort of didn't agree, I guess. So he sort of rudely asked me what the heck I was doing there, which I mean, I understand, but he could have also asked me if I was okay or what was going on, or he could have been involved from the beginning and actually knew what I was supposed to do there, because we did rehearse before that. Also, I'm cheating a little bit for the money, just because I don't really care. It's just the current household. I don't really need the challenge or whatever, so when I need a bit more money, I'm just getting a bit more money. I'm not really doing it for the money struggle. Okay, quick side note, getting back to the story. So that was kind of weird. I don't know, the way he said it, maybe it's just because didn't really like him anyway. It's just, he could have been encouraging, you know, maybe that would have helped me a bit. I was so scared, and I needed to do it the next time was actually for me to do it for real, and I don't know, it was weird. It was weird. It's just the way he said it. It was weird. It was kind of like, I don't want you there. So I at that point, I kind of wanted to quit. But something in me was like, you can do this. You planned this out. You're a pretty good singer. Sorry to say that about myself, but it's just something, you know. I'm okay-ish. I don't sing off tune that often. So I thought I was going to do it. I would promise to do it. I rehearsed for it. It went well. Every single rehearsal, except that one, which was actually on the stage, and no one was in the audience anyway, but I guess the actual performance comes up, everything was going well, my whole evening was fine, I did some background thingies, and it all went okay, and then the actual performance for Ain't It Fun came up, and it was all going well. I was in the choir, I went up to the microphone, and I started singing. I actually sang, I mean, that's an improvement, and I couldn't hear myself at all. I couldn't hear anything. And if you know the song, those are not like easy to hit notes. They're not like casually just doing something. It's actually like you really need to sing. You need to sing loudly and you need to sing convincingly, but I couldn't hear myself. And the problem was we didn't have a sound check because I didn't sing anything at the rehearsal. So it was all my fault. If I just sang something, I knew that my monitor wasn't on, or I couldn't hear myself. I heard the choir, I heard the actual lead singers, but I couldn't hear myself. And I should have been able to hear myself, but it's kind of like, have you seen the videos of people singing with headphones on, like noise cancelling headphones on? They sing so off tune, and I knew I was singing off tune, but I didn't want to stop singing because that would look weird because I was in front of a microphone. So I just sang something and I couldn't hear myself, but I knew it was off. I knew it was off tune, and I've never listened back to the video of this. I'm pretty sure someone had a recording, but I'd never listened back to it because I'm just too scared. And after that, I just asked my family and my friends, like, how bad was it? And they were all like, no, it was fine. And I knew it wasn't. They were just trying to make me feel better. It was so bad. It was horrible. I don't know. I didn't hear myself, but I just know it was horrible. And I probably ruined the entire thing, and everyone was like, oh my god, why do I have to listen to this? And it's so embarrassing, and every single time I hear that song, it's the only thing I can think of. And that's basically how I ruin songs for myself. But I'm pretty sure this recording is actually already done. I'm just going off on... Yeah, okay, so I need to slow the video down because this story was going on for too long. But that also means this this thing is already over. I can't even speak anymore. I'm too embarrassed. But if you want more stories on how I ruin songs for myself, because I think it's quite hilarious. At this moment, it's quite hilarious. Like in hindsight, it's quite hilarious, but... when it was happening, it was kind of bad, but I don't know. We can all laugh at me. I'm fine with that, and I think it's just a fun thing to talk about. So I have more stories, believe me. I don't know why I keep doing this to myself, but apparently I do. Why do I even perform anymore? I don't know anymore. But anyway, as always, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you very soon. Goodbye!